And I'm forgetting one thing. Leaders, inspired by communication. Check it out. We're going to talk about, are you a leader? Can you be a leader? Find out today at 7 o'clock. You're watching a fun-filled BT. Welcome back. I love this stuff. The inspiring and extraordinary Doug Keeley is here to share this wonderful book, The Mark of a Leader. Stories of ordinary people who have done extraordinary things, and who better to tell us than one of the world's leading communicators and self-professed leadership junkie. Good morning.
Why, thank you. Good morning, Dina.
This is exciting. I need to talk about all the people that you have in here, which is people who we look up to, and
Absolutely.
you break down why they are so successful and inspiring leaders like Oprah.
I do. I do it in story form. So I think stories are the root of everything that we do. I think your career and your life is a story, and a great one, I might add. All of our lives and careers are. So this is a book of what I say are ordinary people who have done extraordinary things.
And it's the lead by example thing.
Absolutely lead by example. So Oprah's a great one. A woman who came out of nothing, you know, Afro-American in the 50s in the southern U.S., who rose from nothing with one talent, which was she loved to read. And she used her skill as a reader and her really good work ethic to create the person that we know as Oprah.
I love the characteristics of a good leader that you cite, and these definitely apply to her, is to have passion and believe in what you do. You hear this time and time again. If you don't have passion, you won't have that energy and drive to get you going.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think people follow passion. Passion people or passion brands, we look to them for inspiration and for doing things that other people haven't done before or other brands haven't done before.
Okay, another one is what you say, be committed and persistent. This is so key. When things go wrong, not one successful person had it easy and had everything fall in their lap. They had to work hard, they had to push through obstacles, they had to take rejection.
Totally agree. I think most leaders are created in the bad times, not in the good times.
How come?
Because I think you have to get through adversity to figure out how deep you are. One of the stories that I love telling in my live events is the Lance Armstrong story. And when I started the story, I went looking to see, why did he do it? You know, why would you go 7 times doing that? And his answer was to find out how good he was. He said, I love to find out just how deep I am, just how good I am.
Why is it that some people are willing to go there and others aren't? Is it fear of failure? Is it the risk involved? What is it?
I think for a lot of people it's fear of failure. I think and also I think in the world that we live in now, we're the first generations that have lived without war and without having a lot of the challenges that generations before us have had. So the easy way is to not push hard. The hard thing to do is to really dig hard, to try things that you've never done before, to take risks, to take chances, and sometimes to fail.
Now, for a lot of parents who may think, oh, well, you know, we're settled in our ways, our time is done, what could they be instilling in their children to breed that kind of attitude?
Well, part of this, what I do with the Mark of a Leader is role modeling. And I started the voyage of the Mark of a Leader when I had a child 5 years ago. And I literally woke up and thought, who are his role models supposed to be? Because a lot of the stories, certainly the younger generation, I don't think Britney's a great role model for a young girl, or Paris Hilton. So this is driven around what role models can we create? Whether you're 5 years old, or one of my favorite stories is Winston Churchill, who was a washout at 65. The important part of his life hadn't started at age 65. And to me, that's incredibly inspiring for someone who's over 40, 50, 60, or 70.
But when you're dealing with 7- and 8-year-old girls and boys, they may not be able to connect just yet with Winston Churchill. Do you have any other modern idols that you say parents should be
as Canadians, Terry Fox, you know, was a young guy and did something unbelievable, you know, changed the culture of Canada, and the legacy's still going. Hundreds of millions of dollars and inspirations later, the legacy of Terry Fox continues.
Definitely. And Florence Nightingale, another great one you talk about.
And I love the Florence Nightingale story because she didn't come from nothing and create something. She went the other way around. She came from a wealthy family in the 1800s where the expectation on a woman was get married and have kids. And she walked away from that to go and essentially start what we all benefit from today as the nursing profession.
Such a good point. Same thing with Princess Diana. I mean, she could have been resting on her laurels. Here I am in this wonderful palace. And no, she went out there and, you know, all parts of the world to make sure she can make a difference as a humanitarian.
Absolutely. And I think was a great role model for men and women around the world.
Fantastic tips, Doug. What a great read. Everybody can pick this up by going to themarkofaleader.com or amazon.com, or join the blog, which I love, at http://blog.themarkofaleader.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dina. It's been great being here.
You're leading many by example indeed.